So on this episode, we're going to be speaking about the value of listening, right? And there's a podcast that we had recently with Oscar Trimboli. And Oscar, he's a professional listener, right? Is what we call him. And listening expert. And in the podcast, one of the items we discussed was how we listen to our clients, right? And the goals of the project. And he gave an example of a builder that when the client moved in, it's really important for them to entertain. And so they had talked about, putting in a pizza oven so that they can, unexpected to the client. And that's awesome, depending on the build and the project, there are little thoughtful things that we can do as builders. I want to talk specifically about our super on this project, so Mark Dawson is on this project. So not too long ago, we had a project in Paradise Valley, and this was one of our bigger renovations that we completed. So the client is, they're looking at their house, part of the big reason that our clients will renovate, they understand that by putting in a ton of money, they may overprice for the area, but the reality is they want to stay in the same neighborhood. They want the proximity to the schools. They want to be conveniently located, for work, whatever it may be. And the clients were in this position that they looked at moving, but they said, we want to stay here. This is the part of town we want to be. So we're going to end up foregoing building a new home, and we're going to remodel and renovate this existing house. Now, when that takes place, there's always some personal things that change, right, as you remodel a house. And one specifically, their kids, they had a door in one of the bedrooms that had, as the kids would age, they'd line up and they'd measure how tall they were every year, and they had dates. And so inscribed on this door was all these different levels for the kids and how tall they were. Now, fortunately, our superintendent Mark noticed that. So during the walkthrough, he had listened, they had talked about that, how important that door was. So here we are, AFT's ready to start. We're ready to start doing the build. And it's the morning of demolition, right? The first phase of construction on a remodel. So Mark comes in early, he takes that door, takes the hinges off, disassembles it, puts it in his truck to take back to his house. Well, now demo crew comes in, they demo the entire house, entire structure, and to get down so that we can reconstruct it. So fast forward a year later, right? We're doing the work. A year later, Mark takes his door home, cuts it down. Fortunately, he's a trim and cabinet guy by trade. So anyways, creates this amazing gift for our client, framed. And so now he's taken this door that was super sentimental to our clients, turns it into this amazing gift. And when the clients were moving in, when they got the keys, well, even though they had keys, but essentially as we're turning over the home to them, Mark presented this gift to them. And of course, both of them, complete tears, right? Super emotional moment. They had no idea that he had saved it. They had no idea they even listened to that. Anything in just that small little token, right, of that small little gift that was given by just listening to the client on something that's really important to them. These things are happening all the time. And again, that episode was really good because it taught about the value of listening. And one of the things that Oscar mentioned is he said, listening saves time, which I always thought was interesting because most of us are trying to get our opinion and our output out there, but he talked about time. He talked about that it saves you money, and it actually increases, your networking, business development, job leads. So those are three aspects to good listening. And now at this house, because the clients will be moving in soon, and this video will release before they move in, again, the client had made a comment of something that Mark picked up on, and then he's going to now be using that as they move into this house. So again, those little things are really important to the client. So find out how you can excel in customer service by listening to your clients.